Okay. Hello, I am back. I was on a trip for a while, but I did upload one video while I was there, so I didn't miss too much. But what I did miss was the Pickems. China already started. Luckily, Americas and Pacific and EMEA didn't, but China is always starting early. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, EDG already played FPX, so right now it's kind of pretty much all going according to what I thought would happen. I haven't been able to watch the matches though. Only week one happened, so we didn't miss too much. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be mainly focusing on the week one predictions for every region, and then later I'll kind of go into like later on the tournament and just kind of my predictions. I won't like really do a pick'ems for them, but I'll kind of be thinking about what the best team is and like what I think is the best team, and who I think will kind of be like the team that didn't really show up in kickoff or the team that will kind of be able to surpass the teams that went to Bangkok. But yeah, so first let's start with China just because it already happened. I think EDG is still looking very strong. I think I think did Drag how was Dragon Rangers looking? I don't think they looked pretty good. Yeah, I'll go with Dragon Rangers. I think Billy's still looking good. FPX is kind of back on track. FPX had a pretty easy game though, right? Yeah, they went up against that. Yeah. But even so, I think this is gonna be a relatively easy game again. I think Sheila wins this one, and I think Trace wins. So okay, for Americas, which is probably because okay, China already happened, so you can have an idea of what's gonna happen. Now it's kind of like pretty weird, where only Sentinels and G2, and of course they made Sentinels versus 100 Thieves. So the main question with Sentinels, actually, let's start here. Cloud9 versus NRG. This is a match that has some pretty big hype, especially because it's C9. Now they're gonna have a lot more prep time than they did before. And they didn't look bad. They didn't actually look bad. The main question with NRG is NRG actually went into a roster mania kind of thing and changed their team. And I'm pretty sure they took off Verno. I think it was right, Verno. Yeah, so they took out Verno, who I think, according to like some sources, has reached an agreement with MIBR, but nobody knows yet. And they brought Brock, so Brock and Mata are now together from MSS, and I think this will actually be a pretty good change because I think Brock, because now you have like Som and FNS who have been very like who have been together for a pretty long time and have very good chemistry. Ethan, who's just a very good overall support player who's just good at supporting whoever he plays with. And then you have Mata and Brock who have just been put into the same team again. So I think this team will actually look very good. So I think NRG beat C9. However, I don't think it'll be complete blowout. I think C9 with the prep might look better, but I'm still not too confident. I'll have to wait until like week 2 to see. Loud. I think crew. I don't like this crew team as much as I did like in the past years. Honestly, I think in the past years this like they have looked better. I don't think this team kind of looks a bit wonky, but and Loud is just looking very good in kickoff, and I think they'll continue to look good. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. Now this one is a pretty big one, cause MIBR, if it's true, I'm pretty sure it was that they would replace Cortesia with Verno, and if that is true, then they might be looking a lot better. They might be looking better. Who knows? But they'll also be needing to switch to English because I don't think Verno's learning Portuguese, and I think English is easier to learn. But so and Lev ended up very good. They last game that they played, they actually played relatively good, which was against MIBR. Or I wouldn't say they played, but Demon won. That was like the main thing, because Demon 1 was not showing up whatsoever. And finally, in this game against Lev, he showed up. And now the main question was whether that's a one series thing, or if he has gained his confidence to kind of like be that duelist role again. And honestly, I have faith. But I still think they lose. I have faith that Demon One is looking good, but I don't have faith that they beat MLBR. I'll be honest. Now this team is a joke. I, I, I don't listen. I'm sorry. They did switch. They switched. They did switch a player. I'm pretty sure they took out a. They took out a player. I don't. I don't know who they got. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know this team. They haven't been looking good though. That's all I'm gonna say. And then Sentinels versus. This is probably the most exciting matchup so far. Or I guess not exciting, but in terms of like just they always do it right. It's a yearly occurrence. Every single first like kickoff. Kickoff is gonna have first match of Sentinels on kickoff. It was against the 100 Thieves. Stage 1, it was against the 100 Thieves. Whenever Riot has an opportunity to put them against each other, they will. So yeah. Now the main question for Sentinels is whether or not they will learn how to be more adaptive, because I think Sentinels, when it comes to the fundamental rounds, and you can see this, when it comes to like more of the fundamental rounds, they don't look bad. They look pretty good. However, when it comes to any moment where something goes off track, which is quite a lot in Valorant, they just look very bad. They look very bad at adapting. They even when there's like plays where it's like 2v4s, they'll just give away free 1v1s. It's they do not look nearly as good as they did fundamentally last year, with Tens and Sassy, and they also don't look anywhere as good, like anywhere as good when it comes to adaptive. It just looks like whenever something goes wrong or whenever something doesn't go as according to plan, they just look lost. They look like a ranked like they look like they're playing ranked. It looks like they never practice with each other, and it looks like they're just 5 random people that got put into the same match. That's what it looks like. They don't look anywhere like it doesn't seem like they have any adaptiveness, but who knows? With practice, maybe. And the problem is 100 Thieves. Like 100 Thieves did not look bad at kickoff. Maybe against NRG, they looked kind of bad, but even so, they pushed NRG quite a lot, which was a pretty bad NRG, but still, fundamentally, they looked very good. And Boostio will 100% like whatever Boostio saw that was wrong with Sentinels, he will 100% find a way to exploit that against them and use that to his advantage. So, but at the same time, I think with Sentinels going out pretty early in kickoff in Bangkok, with not even like making it to playoffs, I am pretty sure they will look better. Or I don't know. It's hard because kickoff they look good. Like they didn't look bad in kickoff, and then Bangkok they go into Bangkok and it's like, heh. But at the same time, it's like 100 Thieves. If you look at the past history, even when Sentinels didn't look good, 100 Thieves just found a way to look worse. So, yeah, I think 100 Thieves... like, 100 Thieves aren't a bad team. I just think against Sentinels, for some reason, they just don't know how to play. So, alright, where's APAC? Did I delete APAC off? No, that sucks. Okay, APAC. Let's do APAC last, actually. Okay, EMEA. Okay, dude, Oh, wait, okay, actually, I think these ones are pretty easy, except for maybe this one. Vitality wins. I think I don't think it's too hard. Now BBL had a pretty good run in kickoff. They had a pretty good run in kickoff. They only lost to Heretics, who looked pretty bad actually. I'm not gonna lie, and Liquid, who eventually got second place. However, Carmine Corp, in the other hand, was a team that had pretty big hype, but didn't, I think, look as good as people hyped them up to be. But I think Sadak, with the time that he's been given, and with this team that actually looks pretty good mechanically, individually, I think Sadak, given the time that he has had, I think he will be able to make this team look a lot better. So, now, Team Heretics versus Apex. I think the main problem with Apex was nothing. I don't know. It just looked like it just looked like a fluorescent kind of show, you know. Like they kind of just said fluorescent go kill, and she did. And now, but the other players didn't. That's I think that's honestly it. They just did not look drilled at all. Now, Team Heretics, I don't know. It's kind of hard to doubt Team Heretics even after their performance. Maybe this was a good wake up call. And it wasn't like they looked horrendous, right? They lost to Vitality, and then they lost to the eventual winners. It wasn't like a horrendous show, right? They did go 2-1 against Gentlemates, but I don't know. I won't doubt them. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Fluorescent just drops like 100 kills and wins the game. So Foot, I think, win Decoy, and then okay, Fnatic versus Navi. This is another interesting one. I don't think Navi looked anywhere near as good as they should have. I think this team is very good. Like, very good. But sadly, it wasn't enough. Now Fnatic. Now this is a weird team. They beat them in kickoff. However, it's will this team look better with time? I think they'll look the same. But I think Navi will also look the same. So honestly, I'll just go with what happened at kickoff and say Fnatic wins. And then Liquid beats Gentlemates. I don't think this one's that hard. I think EMEA right now, like, not necessarily in terms of teams, but like just in the way that teams got played against each other, like these games look pretty easy to define who wins or not. I could be biting my tongue because in kickoff I got everything wrong for EMEA because I do not like, dude. I don't know. EMEA is weird, or maybe I'm just the dumb one. I don't know. Now, my favorite region with my favorite team. All right. I think DFM. I think global esports still like kind of trolling even from last year. You know they won. I think. Yeah, they won. They beat Team Spirit, and then they went on to lose everything. So yeah, gotta give them props though. I think that's like what, one more win that they got last year. Did they even win last year? I don't know. Bro, why do they have to go up against T1, bro? Oh my god. They could have placed them against, like... Who's in the group? Oh my god. This is so sad. Put them up against the Team Spirit. Actually, who can sit a win? Alright, listen. In my heart, they win. But I think this is a no-brainer if you're using your brain. Honestly, as much as Paper X fans can hope and that kind of stuff, I just, unless they actually change their game style to fit, like, I think you can still go for crazy comps and stuff like that, but at a certain point, Paper X stops becoming a team that just runs crazy comps with like innovative ideas, and it just becomes a team that just loses full fundamentals and just starts selling. Like, I think they have to find a way to stop like at that boundary where, you know, you're an innovating team that's trying new things and trying comps that is weird, because their comps work. Like, a lot of the comps that they do work. They just sell. They will just like start running around brainlessly, giving 1v1s, even though it's like a 5v1, and then they lose. That's how they lose. And honestly, from history, I don't think they will. So I will have DRX beating Paper X unless they prove me wrong. So I think Talon beats Team Spirit. Actually, didn't Talon make a roster switch? I think they did, right? Did they? I'm pretty sure they did. But even so, I don't think Team Spirit looked that good in kickoff. And then I think Gen G also made a switch. They brought in Gen G brought in who was it? It was their player from their academy team, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Ash, him. So they brought him in, and then they dropped Yeoman. I still think they will look good. Honestly, I still think they would look very, very good. Like, they'll still be like top 4, top 3 contenders. And then Najing versus Rex. honestly, I don't really pay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really pay attention to these teams, to either of these teams. I don't think Najim looked very good. I think, like, was it them? I think it was. Yeah, yeah, it was. Other than them, I think they were the best looking. Other than G2, obviously, they were like the best kickoff team. I think out there. So the question is whether that's enough, right? But yeah, I think so. I think they'll beat Rex. I think they didn't look bad. They didn't look amazing, but they didn't look bad. So I think they're a solid team. Okay, now for the dark horses. I want to say Billy Billy, bro. I love Billy Billy. I love Billy Billy so much. Yeah, but I think also, I don't think FP. Can you consider FPX a dark horse? Even though, like, sure they played pretty badly in kickoff, but can you really consider them a dark horse? I don't think so. I don't think I don't think if they go to the finals again, I don't think people would be surprised, right? Wait, actually, wait, hold up. Didn't wait? Was it Autumn? No, it was Berlin. Berlin retired, right? Wait, they looked good though. Yeah, it was Berlin. Yeah, Berlin retired from professional play. I mean, he looked good though. My God, shrimp, shrimp. Hold up, the best player in the world. Hold up. I mean, they looked good. So, but yeah, I think FPX can't really be considered. I'll go with Billy Billy. Actually, no, Billy Billy also ended up. Dude, is China just looking solid now? Wait, so China's actually a solid region now. But yeah, I mean, I guess it really isn't a dark horse, but I don't know who else to say, so I'll go with Billy Billy. I think Billy Billy has a pretty good run. Like their group isn't really bad. I think the hardest match they'll have is against Trace. So I think I genuinely think they win every single match, like other than maybe Trace. But even against Trace, I think they have a pretty good chance. Um, Now the dark horse for this one, I think it'll be Love. Because okay, MIBR, I don't think you can consider it a dark horse. They made it to third place. They looked very good. 100 Thieves, I don't think they'll make it. I'll be honest. Nah, not even Lev though. Actually, I'll go with Energy. Energy, they are just looking very good. Like, okay, and I'm saying dark horse in terms of like kick. Actually, wait, that just contradicts everything I said about China. All right, FPX is the dark horse. Yeah, but I think Energy will be the dark horse. I think this team has very good potential. I said this. Okay, I kind of glazed them in kickoff by making them win finals and stuff. But that's because off season. All right, they kind of trolled. I don't know. They kind of like debated me, bro. Like that wasn't fair. But I genuinely think Energy will look better. Yeah, and I think they have a pretty. Oh. Yeah, I think they can. I think they got it. They can win, or not win, but I think they will look pretty good. I think if yeah, I think Furia. I think they might not be G2. I think they can have a pretty good shot against MIBR, and I think they have a pretty good shot against Love. Yeah, Energy. Now EMEA. I mean, if we're going by our standards, if we're going by the standards of kickoff placements, then wait, I think Fnatic. Would it be crazy to say BBL? Actually, no, Carmine. I love Carmine, dude. Carmine Corp, just their team looks so like solid, and I think if you give Sadak time, then I think they'll look very good. So yeah, I'll go with them, and then Dark Horse, I'll just say Zeta. Listen, they looked horrible. I won't deny it, but they're my favorite team, so Zeta it is. Yep, Zeta it is. All right, but actually, wait. They have a chance. I will say, if they looked like they did in kickoff, they win every game except for the first one, maybe. But even against the first one, they have a chance because they took off. Listen, if they look like they did at kickoff and managed to regain that form, they have a pretty good chance of going 5-1. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No, 4-1 then. Yeah, I'll say Zeta. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I will try. I don't know actually. I don't know what I'll do for the rest of them. I might do like a video of my game, and then maybe like at the end of a video, I might briefly go through my pick'ems. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.